a lot of wives are very sex starved. You cannot give certain sex styles or certain positions to your wife because she's your wife.
I watched the videos and he's so good as a man, to be honest. That's the truth.
How do you know?
Oh, they were enjoying it. There was even one that pointed her toes like this. That's how you know when a woman is. Yeah, because
Stop giving out our
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another season of Pulse Hot Takes. And I am so excited for a new season, guys. I've been away for 3 months. I traveled the world, wanted to see, the world for what it is.
you've been broke.
For where?
Oh my God.
Anyways, we're all going to ignore what we just heard, but we have our regulars in this. Regular is such a weird word.
Yes.
At this point, guys. Are you guys excited?
I'm excited. You know what it is, Hot Takes. I'm Kimmy K. We're back again to, cause some rumblings and interesting conversation. But I'm happy to see you guys, again.
Did you miss me?
Because I missed you.
Just get to your room.
How are you feeling?
Great. I've missed hot takes, the hot topics, so I'm here for it again.
I'm not scared that they drag you because these age.
No, me precious answering. You can't drag me.
That's the energy from you, Siri. You can't drag me. You don't pay me salary.
All right, guys. My name is Chris. I'm sure you already know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we know what's been trending, but in case we do not know, I will inform you.
Tell us.
The reason why we're here today, what we want to talk about is gender dynamics when it comes to leaked explicit videos. I mean, we've all seen what's been in the news. The Equatorial Guinea guy had a lot of explicit videos leaked. So the first question I even want to ask before we jump into the conversation is, in the beginning, do you think that people should film their intimate moments?
Why not?
Oh,
okay.
It's a personal thing. Why not? For me, if I would do that, the only exception is it will be on my phone.
Not on the man's phone.
No, not on the man.
You don't trust the man. So if you don't trust a man with a video, why trust him enough to?
Well, it's my body.
Fair point.
But there's have people's phones these days.
They clone phones these days. So
Yeah, but when is in your possession, at
you
least
feel a
you
lot
can
safer.
tell. Yeah.
But for me personally, I would not make an explicit video with someone I'm having relationships with. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I'm not freaky like that. But if somebody wants to, I don't see why not. Because the more I asked on X, I was like, why do you even feel the need to want to make these type of videos? And people say they want to relive it. They want to. Even though it was so good and they want to watch it happen.
You want to relive fornication.
Yes, you want to relive it. But me, I have a very my imagination is very vapid. So I don't need to watch a video.
Okay.
I would relive it in my head. And
One of my neighbors, he's made some, and then when I asked why, he said he just likes to watch himself do it.
Talk about that.
To take corrections, like in case of next time.
That's crazy. But
for me, I feel like at the end of the day, when we talk about explicit videos, this conversation is really personal, as with everything, it's really personal. And sex is a taboo topic, but it gets so many people excited. But what I would say about explicit videos is, everyone who thinks that they are above, making those type of videos, or they haven't just been caught making those type of videos, because at the end of the day, now wouldn't catch me thief. I don't think you are a much more better person than the person who made the video if you engage in talking about it, sharing the videos, being excited about it, and spreading it. If we think that as a society making explicit videos is bad, then we shouldn't be talking about it. It shouldn't be something that's trending for days. Because that man, the Equatorial Guinea man, it trended for days. People were talking about it on the national news. So
on the national news, it was wild. I think it was Arise. I saw it. It was wild.
And if we feel as a society that making these videos is bad, then we are also bad for wanting to talk about it and spreading the videos. If
So you're dragging
at the end of the day, yes, I'm dragging myself. I'm not even going to lie. At the end of the day, I even think that the real villain in situations like this, when a leaked video is out, is the media.
Yeah.
Because you spread these videos, you talk about it. If you really feel like you're an upright, standing person with high morals, like a lot of people like to think, then you wouldn't be talking about those videos. But at the end of the day, it's a personal thing. You know, some people are freaky like that. Some people are not. You know, you do not have high moral standards because
you don't film yourself.
You don't film yourself doing certain things.
To be very honest, the actual, I don't want to bring religion into it, but the actual sin is fornication. Whether you film it or not, you still fornicated. So exactly. So like you still like.
What if you're married? Because in this case, the man was married.
But was he his wife?
Maybe an open marriage.
But he was married.
Maybe an open marriage with the consent of his wife.
To film other people.
Yeah,
but I want to ask you guys, did you watch any of the videos?
Yeah, I did.
Personally, I don't, like I always say, it's a thing personal. I don't like to watch sex tapes that went, like, if it was leaked, I would not watch it. If you drop your explicit video, I beg your pardon, I might watch it. But if I find out that it was leaked by someone, or if it's revenge porn, I wouldn't watch it. It's just Elvis personally. I'm not saying if you watch it, you're a bad person. I don't know. I just feel like I'm invading your privacy.
Yeah. Well, you didn't ask for it.
I know I did it. That's why I said I'm not using myself as a yardstick of behavior. I'm just saying this is what Elvis has just decided to do. Many times, celebrities will have their explicit videos on the internet. I personally would not go.
It's just one of your principles.
Just one of my own personal principles. I wouldn't watch it.
Okay.
Me, I don't think I did a couple of them.
There are 400.
Please,
my girl.
I can't do like the whole 400, but someone showed me like a couple of them out of curiosity. I'm a very curious person. So with this explicit videos and stuff, I don't even think that people think is bad. They are just scared of being caught.
True, I agree.
Like, if you tell them, okay, let's do this, I swear to you, let's take a note, nobody will ever see it. A lot of people will be doing it, and a lot of people do it, and they will still even do it tomorrow. They're just
probably doing it as we speak.
Okay,
a
lot of hypocrites.
I did watch the videos. I watched a couple of them, out of curiosity, because at some point,
this curiosity we keep talking
I have a cat, so.
We're too early. The innuendos have to stop, please.
Okay, so I watched the videos and I made a very key observation, and a lot of people might not agree with me. And my observation is a lot of wives are very sex starved, and I think that men have this mentality where you cannot give certain sex styles or certain positions to your wife because she's your wife, and they reserve some crazy sexual acts for their side chicks or people on the side. And these women found a man who was willing to satisfy them sexually. And to be honest, I do not have a problem with the women in those videos. I feel they went for a man who could satisfy them and give them styles that their husbands were not willing to give them. And that's the key observation. A lot of men need to learn how to satisfy their wives sexually. Stop thinking that certain positions are meant for your side chick. Give it to your wife so that she doesn't go outside to look for
a Baltasar
Engonga. To be honest, I don't have any doubts in this fight yet, but at the same time, if you're saying the men should they shouldn't reserve the craziest of positions styles, and things for their side chicks. At the same time, yes, we do have boring wives as well.
By whose fault?
If
your wife is boring in bed, then it's your fault as a man.
I don't agree. There are people with me. I believe that people have varying drives as regards intercourse. What they want for their body, right? So people are wired to be boring to the other person, because if you have a very high drive, someone who is at a 3 is going to be boring. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you. People just want to do mommy and daddy, papa, and go and get pregnant and born children. Then you not end up marrying a man who is out there and really, I'm not saying it's an excuse for him to cheat or anything, I'm just explaining the boring part of it. So of course a man who is at an 8 would find a woman who is at a 3.
Just boring. One question, please. So do people not make out before marriage just so that they can weigh themselves and see what's going on. Because how can you get married to somebody you don't even know their strength, you don't know how
what they can say.
Fair point. So back to you. What do you feel about? Are you open to the idea of making explicit videos?
Open to the idea of making explicit videos. No comments.
Wow. No comments. Yes.
No comments.
Yes, the silence is
no comments. But do you judge people who
I don't judge people who make explicit videos because
there's no need to judge.
To be honest, I'm very do what you will as long as it doesn't hurt. Do you get? Just do whatever you want to do, to be honest, because at the end of the day, I'm not the one who's going to judge your action. Because guess what?
Yes.
Sin is sin. If I'm judging people because they're making explicit videos and me, I'm probably stealing from my mother's purse or I'm stealing from my boyfriend, or it's still the same thing. So to be honest, everybody should do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to leaked explicit videos, who do you think it affects more? What gender? Because, in the beginning I said, gender dynamics when it comes to explicit videos. So what gender do you think takes the brunt of it? Is it the men? Is it the women?
I would say the women. The women, because let me explain it. As a woman, our body is our pride. Like, we don't even want any other person to see it except somebody that we actually love or somebody that is giving us something important in exchange for it. So when the video is out there, it's the woman who is feeling bad that, oh my God, so somebody else is saying this. And then apart from that, anything a woman does or anything that involves a woman, they are likely to be bashed.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're
for example, can I give examples? Can I mention
names? By all means.
So, for example, during the time that alleged leaked video of Tiwa Savage and the guy, nobody was talking about the guy there. Everybody was just on Tiwa. Why would you? Then, back to when it was the time of Oxlade, nobody was talking about the girl, but you know what they were doing? They were hyping the man, Oxlade. Instead, they made it like, so like it's a thing now. So what I'm trying to say is, when it comes to leaked tapes like that, the men, they get hyped.
Yeah. I agree.
Especially when their performance is actually now good. All you're going to hear about is, oh my. In fact,
he's a legend.
The man can even send it. He can even share it to some of his friends or anybody that hasn't seen that to say, guys, see what I just do or more. Then they will now be hyping him to say, you were so cool. But then it's the woman that it affects more. That's why whatever you're doing as a woman, anything that you're doing with a man, you need to be selfish.
Yeah.
You need to be very selfish when you're involved with a man. There are healthy selfishness, if that's the right word.
But I think with your body, there's no way you'll be selfish with your own body that I would say is bad.
Apart from your body, anything you're doing, you need to protect yourself as a woman, because when it goes wrong, it falls back on you. Only you as the woman.
To be honest, I agree with that. I've seen it's like you've given examples. We've had. I was in uni when Oxlade's video dropped, and it was a pop culture moment because it was huge. And me, I was like, oh damn, this guy's career. Then I go online and I'm like, people were praising him because I didn't watch it. The video was good. Right?
Yeah.
People, when a sex tape drops, if a man is involved and the man is a famous person, it will be judged on, was it good or not?
Yeah.
When a woman's sex tape drops and she's like the popular one, she's being slut shamed.
Yeah.
So I would always say it is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that that's what happens in society. But if you are a woman and you want to make a tape, and you know you're in a position where you will be ridiculed or put at a high moral standing because of your place in society, I would advise at least don't show your face. I would always advise it, don't show your face. If you must make a tape, I would say don't make a tape in the first place. But if you must make a tape as a woman, do not show your face.
Because look at the Guinea man
do
now.
back shots instead. Don't show your face.
Look at me, the Guinea man now. I'm not Guinea man. Nobody is actually saying, "Oh, why would he do this? Why would he do this?" They are just praising him like he's. I watch the videos and he's so good as a man. To be honest, that's the truth.
How do you know?
She said she watched the video.
And that's why I said, like, he satisfied those women.
All the women. No, like they were enjoying it. There was even one that pointed her toes like this. That's how you know when a woman is because
Stop giving out our
Oh wow!
No, they were all enjoying it. There was one that pushed him away because she couldn't hold the
excitement.
So and then everybody turned it. They now started talking about the women. 400 women cheated on their 400 husbands and all that. So what about the man
that cheated before? I think
the 400
the
women.
thing is that I think that society has moral standards when it comes to women, but none when it comes to men. No moral standards. And it's so sad that I'm about to say this, but it's the truth. I have friends who are calling that guy a legend.
Yeah.
Female friends.
No, I think even
who
women
are calling that
do.
guy
Women do
a
put
legend.
men
And I'm just
at a
like,
lower
And that's
pedestal.
problematic.
what is he a legend for? For having intimate moments with 700 women?
400
Yeah, 400. Yeah.
It's giving Solomon.
Taping it.
But 400
Keeping
body
it.
count is not so much, to be honest.
But let's
Bring it down, please. We're not about to get into that.
let's even be real, right? Elvis, you know that for a man,
Represent your
for
gender.
a man to be able to do that, you know, he's living healthily. He's taking good care of himself.
No,
I'm not
really,
sure. Can
but-
you do for a man to get along with 400 women in this day and age? Can you do up to 200?
But he might not have done that in a year.
First of all, exactly, I want to go there. First of all, I personally believe that a 400 person body count is not the wildest I've heard before. That's one. And this
Taped.
man is.
Let's remember this is taped.
Yeah, record. It's not the wildest I've heard, though, not that I have done.
No,
Taped. Okay, taped.
yes,
Okay, yeah. Of course, there are other women
That he
or
probably
people
did not
that
tape.
can give film. That's a different conversation. But for me, this man is a wealthy man. He's in politics. He is in the upper echelon society, and based off your appraisal is good at what he does. So it's not. It didn't come as a surprise to me.
Yeah.
When I heard about the gist, the thing that really like where I went to straight was when I ignored it when I figured out that he had a wife with six kids.
children.
So I started feeling like I started looking at the medical implications as regards it,
So this
because
man-
herpes is everywhere,
and he was going raw.
and he was going raw. So I'm like, what's he bringing back to his wife?
Yeah.
This baby's probably there taking a good old cleanser to cleanse herself. Did not realizing that it's her husband
Let
that's
me
bringing
go
it
to
home.
Elvis. When I was in school, there was one time that a certain governor, we heard that before he lays a girl, like there is already somebody standby to run the test
Oh.
instantly
to make sure that everything is good before, because men don't like using the protection. So the rich ones, the ones that are
Some men.
well, some men.
We're not
most
saying
men-
some men here.
Most men.
Okay, I'm not going to debate that case.
Most men, but the point is that they get you checked
Before
out
everything.
Before everything.
Interesting.
So, and what I wanted to say again is, now, ladies, we know how all this is going, right? We know how all this is going. So, Igbo people will say, "Ife jabu dogu, abro bele ife." So, what it takes to be a woman is not an easy thing. It's not a joke, right? That's why we just have to protect ourselves. Because at the end of the day, back to your question, women suffer the most in cases like
I
this.
agree. And I would say this, that society punishes women for any forms of sexual expression that they do, which is funny because society will also shame you if they feel you're not sexy or you're not sexual appealing to the masses or to the eye, especially if you're like in the public eye or you're a public figure.
Yeah.
But the fact that people are calling this man a legend, an icon, the GOAT, it does not change the fact that this man is still, let me use the Nigerian term, an ashewo. It does not change the fact. So trying to make it seem like, you know, he did something legendary by having all these videos, I still think he's a slut, he's an ashewo, he's an olosho, he's all these things that people try to put on women for simple sexual expression. And it's sad, but it's the truth that every forms of explicit videos will affect you as a woman unless you're Kim Kardashian.
I wanted to go there because
unless you are Kim Kardashian. And I really respect, Tiwa Savage for navigating that crisis the way she did. She owned it up and she moved past it. And I think that's what a lot of women need to start doing and saying, because it's the shame factor that, oh, you have this, you are this and that. I have it so. And I can list 10 crimes, and making an explicit tape will not be there because it's not a crime. I can list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of things that you can do that makes you a very bad person. And making that tape will not be on that list. So I just feel like, yes, it affects women, but more women need to start, owning it. No, that's what I said. They need to start owning up to it. Like, yes, I did it, so.
Yeah. Actually, that's a life hack.
Yes, whatever I did it. So because that really takes the shame away. Okay, yes, I'm this. It was me in the video. So
yes, no, that's a life hack. Whatever you're doing, and then if you think somebody would shame you for it, just own it up.
So make jokes out of it. So.
All right, so bottom line, do whatever you gotta do. But me, I would always say, because society would always judge a woman differently, we can't, instead of us to go around saying, let us rearrange society, you can walk around it.
Yeah.
Just don't show your face if you must. I say don't do it at all, but if you must, please cover your face. Thank you.
Women, stop doing.
Men wear masks. Like we see, like this pornographic guys. They wear your mask. If you want to relive the experience, relive it. That's in my face.
Women should not agree. Women do not agree because now you go.
The thing is,
feel the hate.
Most women. Like some women don't do it just because of demand. They do it for themselves. Like women have sexual needs too.
Have you done it? Do you have a tape of yourself?
I might. Who knows?
Not yet. Not yet.
But I will say that at the end of the day, you do not have a high moral standard.
Than whoever it makes.
If you actively watch, share, make stickers, make memes,
stickers jokes, is wild.
People are making stickers of the guy. Your moral standards are not high. So stop deceiving yourself that you are better or you will make a certain heaven than the person who has made an explicit video. If you really feel that this is a cancer to our society and it's trending and all, why not we just shut up about it? And then it loses its power. If no one talks about a video, it's not going to trend.
Period.
And that's on period.
All right, now let's move on to trending topics. First on the list is our brothers. Can I call them legends? Not anymore, right?
Sorry. They still
are.
Not
anymore.
Not in my books.
They still are.
Peter and Paul have been, they are back in
P-Square. They are legends, please.
P-Square is legend, but P-Square doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
so it's now Peter and Paul. So they are back again fighting over an alleged song that one wrote and the other one is releasing. But personally, I didn't really follow the gist, because if I see Peter and Paul fighting, I just don't care again. Because it's like, I don't get how you go from being legends, Power with D-Band, Two-Face. Some might argue higher than them. That's not my debate. I don't have a dog in the fight. But some might argue like they are at the top. Went from that to being upcoming artists in a second. Personally,
oh my god,
actually that's what it is, because we know P-Square. I don't know who Rude Boy P. I begin to kind of I don't know who those ones are. So take your family problems off social media. They are grown men. One just recently got married and gave birth. Like you are like Egbon. If I see you on the road, I should greet. I don't know why. Like I don't get why they're arguing online, posting stories. If you have personal issues, solve them personally. If you have to go to court, sue your brother. I don't care.
See, oh my god.
I don't care.
I'd like to say something. While I do agree with that, if you come and call me out publicly and try to shame me publicly, I will defend myself publicly.
Fair point. But if we are siblings, why should either of us go to social media first?
Exactly. So
not once.
I understand.
Not twice.
I understand that. But me, I'm just piggybacking off this very recent video that came, because people were dragging him. The social media doesn't care about your family history. Social media doesn't do this. But if you come and drag me in public, because guess what? If I don't come out to defend myself in public, everybody's going to run with that narrative.
But people don't care anymore.
You think?
To me, it's like bored.
You think?
I think it's bored.
We do not care.
Old
but
women
there are
in their.
people who care.
Please, I only care about their musical career as P Square, not the one with boy and
that's why it never
Mr. P.
happened.
See, I believe that they don't have to settle. I don't think Peter and Paul need to come back as P Square. They just need to take us out of their business.
Take us out of the group chat.
Take their business away from
like we don't need to like.
I will say this as a
they're public figures, so
as a person who grew up listening to
them,
P-Square's music, loving them, being strong fans of them, it was extremely disappointing. In fact, let me say it was very heartbreaking the first time they announced that they were going to separate. Like, it literally felt like a part of my life was ending. But then this is a situation that has happened not once, not twice, not 3 times, and on social media over and over again. At some point, we as fans have to say, we're tired. If you want to separate, good and fine. But constantly bringing your issues to social media, constantly embarrassing yourself as 40 plus men, it makes no sense to me, because at 40, we hope that you are more matured. Because we hope you have a higher sense of, how you view things. And the both of you have been together since the womb. Like we just met you how many years ago? We do not need to be in your business. We do not need to know that this did not do this, did not do that. This is not a reality TV show. This is your lives. So as a P Square fan, or I am always going to be a P Square fan because their music bands. I'm not a fan of either of them. I like the both of them together. This is very embarrassing, to be honest. It's very disappointing to see grown men who are supposed to be OGs move like that.
They should be collecting like legend tax now.
They should be doing. They should have joint. I feel like the Henny should be doing like
the Henny should be doing like a what's the article called where they are celebrating somebody and someone
legacy awards. I don't know.
Then we'll bring Wizkid and Davido to pretend like P Square and perform their songs. They do it. They do it abroad. Like that should be the treatment they should be receiving now, not every 2 seconds their Insta blog.
Their legacy. Please, this is just watering down.
So I know what you said, former legends.
That's why I said former legends now, because really, if they come individually, they're like, oh, Peter of P Square, Paul of P Square.
They can never. That's funny. You can never. They can't separate themselves from that. You are P Square, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Let's move on. So still on music, we have the Grammy nominations dropped, and yes. Let's talk about our artists. Leave the Igbo guys to the side. We had Luji, Ashake, Thames, Wizkid,
Burna Boy,
Yemi Alade. So we have like a lot of people being, represented. And one thing I want to say, it is so. Nigerians were naturally proud, right? It's so proud when I saw the nomination for Best African Music Performance, and it was just all Nigerians. It was nice. It was nice to see. I'm not saying other Africans are not making better music. That's your own business.
But that's how we do it here in Nigeria.
I like it when we show up and we show out. And music and Afrobeat is something that Nigerians really excel at. So it's nice to see that we're being. But we have people argue that we have a lot of our artists were snubbed. Who do you think was snubbed by the Grammys?
Everyone mentioning Arya Starr.
Yep.
So I think that regardless of the Grammys, Arya Starr has come into the music industry and she's carved a name for herself. What she's done is ridiculous. It's crazy. 22 million listeners on Spotify
25
as of now.
As we speak.
Yeah, 25 million.
Yes, 25
That's
million.
the highest in Africa. She's currently on tour with Coldplay in Australia, performing to 80,000 fans every night. Every single night. I think that if you're a Nigerian, if you're African, you have no choice but to be proud of Arya Starr. So the trolling it makes no sense, because at the end of the day, the Grammys will never define her talent. It will never define her success. It will never define her hard work and the name that she's carving for herself. So trolling Arya Starr is you're just being unpatriotic,
But I don't even think it's patriotic. I don't think it's just silly. Because since when? Why do we now care so much about the Grammys? Really, I feel like Grammy Awards will never be a true depiction of the value of an Afrobeat artist. I can't speak for R&B. I can't speak for pop rap. I don't really care. But for we make African music. the number of Grammys or number of nominations you have at the Grammys should never matter. If you are arguing about artists, if you are debating artists, and you throw in, well, my fave has Grammys, I'm not listening to you. Yeah. Because that's a white man's award. Yeah. They can't, no matter who they award, they can't really tell which is
the true music. Impact.
You are calling, no shade, I love Davido and Chris Brown to death, right? Yeah. But like when you want to call an African music performance and you throw sensational. I'm like, as Africans make the song, I'm not debating that. But like really, do you get what you get what I mean? Yeah. So the Grammys should never even have like a strong opinion as regards who is a great Afrobeat artist. Arasta really carried I don't want to speak of Africa, but she carried Afrobeats in Nigeria on her back this whole year. Most streamed album, one of the most streamed songs this year. It's very consistent. It's performing pop culture, very relevant. She has grown more audiences this year. She has a Latin song. The girl is doing so.
She has an Indian song.
So anybody that feels the need to troll her or any other person too, I don't take you. Are really bright upstairs. The bulb in your head is off. Continue. Yeah,
Arasta, she makes music for both boys and girls. Everybody. Like they can all relate to it. So she doesn't need to bother. I'm not even sure she's even bothered about the whole
She made jokes. So I think that's a good way. But I want to say something about Yemi Alade on that list.
So proud.
So a lot of Nigerians do not rate Yemi Alade's music or talent, and she's accepted that a long time ago, and she's found her audience and she's found her niche. You know, and it's so proud to see her getting that type of global recognition. But this is not the first time she's done it. She's done things with Beyonce, and and been nominated. So I really do want Yemi Alade to take the award, even though I love my girl Tems. I think Tems is amazing, but Yemi Alade has proved that at the end of the day, you find your audience, you do your thing, you put in work. Johnny was 7-8 years ago. You know, that over 100 million views on YouTube. People were like, oh, who's this? But she found her audience, she put in that work, and we need to be proud of her because I'm very proud of her. I'm proud of all the girlies.
Yeah, love the girlies and the boys.
This is amazing. You know,
Rema too. That's my goat shot. I don't know about any other person, but Rema is my goat. So let's move on to other interesting conversations. Angel and Suma's relationship ended after an online conversation as regards abuse.
Yeah,
what are your views? That's like one sentence each, so we don't dwell on it too much.
I don't know, I just say a comment about someone saying, oh, Suma can't even slap a girl. And I'm like, huh?
It's like you're supposed to me. Oh my God.
And I'm like, huh?
So what do you think, Kimmy?
So I believe in women taking accountability for the role they played in their own suffering. And I think it's here. I think while the relationship might have been sweet in the beginning, it was obvious that Angel and Suma were from two different worlds and they were not compatible at all. But they did stay together to prove a point, which is sad. Because staying in a relationship to prove that, oh, you can be together is sad. I feel it's sad. But they wanted to prove a point, you know. They were like, oh, Angel cannot be in a relationship. Oh, Soma is this, and they were both in relationships before they got together. So the entire situation was messy. But I think that Angel should take accountability because the ex spoke about Soma before. It was never new information to her, and I feel really sad, you know, that's ended. But I'm happy for Angel because now she can go out and do more. I feel that relationship held her back at some point, you know, and I do not like Soma, and I feel like if the ex can press charges, because those were very serious allegations, she should press charges. We shouldn't have space for abusive men in our society, period. I don't care if you're famous, I don't care if you have money, we shouldn't have space for those people. I mean, they were cute at some point, but there's more to a relationship than cute pictures and, you know, living life.
Talk about it. Anyways, I'm just happy that Angel is single. My name is Elvis Christian. I'm very young.
When are we going to rest from this year?
Growing, the money's there. It's not there yet, but we're getting there. The money is not there. So I'm officially shooting my shot at you, Angel. Yeah,
no offense. I think she's had enough of broke men.
Oh my God! So
I said no offense. No offense.
No offense does not stop. I'm offended on his behalf.
Oh my God! No,
Don't
so
worry
do you know
about-
what you did? You've called Cross broke, Soma broke.
Soma was broke as hell. Like Soma did not have money.
Next topic.
No,
Doesn't have
we can't just
angels
move on to
money.
the next topic now. Everybody has not given their opinion. Precious, have you said anything? Have you said anything about it? What have you
It's
said?
a new season and I've been dragged already.
Well, I'm with Kimmy K on this one. There should be no. Well, I mean, a lot of people are saying they're just allegations. She doesn't really have proof about it. Blah blah blah. I feel like if you haven't been in a shoe, you don't know how to walk in it. Just shut your mouth. Yep. People are saying, "Oh, you knew he was abusive. Then why were you with him? Have you been in an abusive relationship before?
No.
You've not been in an abusive relationship before, so you do not know
How it feels.
You don't know
like.
how it feels. People think that when someone is suffering, it's just so easy to stand up. Let's even leave abusive relationships for a while. You are in that 9 to 5 where you are suffering, but you wake up every morning. You wake
Are
up.
we trenching?
No,
Are we still talking
I'm trying
about
to give
Angel
an
and
example.
Soma?
I'm trying to give an example. You wake up every morning and you go to that job where you have an abusive
You
boss.
wake up in Nigeria.
I mean, the job pay.
When you have an abusive boss, I'm just giving an
Relationship
example.
with the pay.
And then you're not asking somebody, you knew he was abusive. Why
Then
were
why
you in the
did-
relationship?
why did you
Me,
stay?
I would support her if she decides to press charges. I don't know Soma personally. I don't know Angel personally. I don't even know Hilda personally. But I will not stand until there's proof that he didn't do it. To me, he did it.
Well, please, any girl that lets the guy touch her, like slap you or beat you because you're in a relationship, you're better off single. Because why?
All right.
Also, let's be dating men.
That we can beat.
You know that is actually a very real statement. You know that's no, think about it. Like, no, genuinely, if you date your strength man, they watch you punch your
If you give me
mouth.
slap, you throw your own times two.
Real. I don't believe.
We don't endorse.
I don't endorse violence, but that's it. I admit that's a real statement.
Finally on trending topics.
Yeah.
Hawa.
Okay.
Trending. Because people are dragging her that how are your skits are not funny? How are your skits are not funny?
You're
I don't
actually
think
speaking
Hawa
like
is
her.
I don't think Hawa is a skit maker to begin with.
No.
And I don't think Hawa is a comedian. I see Hawa as a storyteller who has a lot of humor.
Yeah.
So Nigerians will put people on a pedestal where they have not put themselves, and in their mind they will draw up assumptions. We're so delusional.
You know,
That is Nigeria.
Like the
anyway.
level, because I just see this thing as a very, very clear case of delusion. Whoever it is that started this thing is a very delusional person. Me, I like Hawa, and I find her funny. To be honest,
personally,
I find her funny because who would have watched that video of Nigerian men? You tell them you're hungry, they take screenshots. I just think that's funny.
That is funny. The thing is that I think Hawa is someone who has a lot of humor.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Not every funny person that makes content is a comedian.
Yeah.
You understand? Hawa is a young lady who has a lot of humor and does social commentary and mixes it together. Right? There's a video she made one time where she was talking about, you want to 2-bedroom flat, 5 million. Something like she was working out
6 million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she cannot even order food. You know what I'm saying? I was laughing hysterically, but at the same time, I was like, when I was done, I was like, it's
not
true.
lying.
You know, that she talks about real
it's
things,
real
her
things,
real
yeah.
experiences, but because she's just naturally a funny person, she puts that in, and people now raise her high to be a comedian. I don't think she puts that in her bio. She's not a comedian.
No,
she
she's
will
not a
never open
comedian.
mic and start cracking jokes.
No.
She doesn't even do that. Even the most recent video, Rema's album is called He Is. She thought, people were lying. She thought it was his. I'm not lying.
Me too.
I've heard people pronounce that album
Haze. Me too.
and you're laughing. That's basically all she did in the video. That she has been calling it hate since. And people now dropped it and saying that she looks like she's doing drugs. Started attacking what she looks like. Please,
Somebody is hustling in her bag. You're sitting down on your phone typing. You're not funny.
if
You're
you know how
2.5
much these people
later.
put on their rate cards, you would respect content creators.
Oh my God.
If you
Tell me
see
about it.
somebody with just like 100K followers, go and just pretend. Ask for their
Elvis,
rate
that's
card.
my job. Their
Yes.
rate card is crazy.
See how much money
Influencers,
they're making.
oh my God, their
They
rate
So
card is
anybody that can
crazy.
make me an influencer.
You're already an influencer.
Please,
I
that's
feel like
it.
going out. I think Awa is very, very talented, and the fact that
Lovely.
she's been able to build a solid audience and a solid following from her talents and the way that she presents her videos. At the end of the day, it all boils down to it's okay if you don't find her funny,
It's
but coming to make certain degrading comments about her is not okay. And I think we're in a space, in a space where people feel it's okay to throw very deep, sharp words at people because they're out there. And I understand if you're out there, the hate comes. It comes with the hate. They hate us on this video too. But it's still not okay. It's still not okay to say that, or because I'm in a public space, I'm sharing my talents with the world, I deserve some certain types of comments. Because I went through the comments and I was like, this is not it.
She's taking ice.
Like this is not
like a man.
Those are serious allegations saying she's taking ice. Those are serious allegations.
What is
drugs?
Yes.
See, and you see
serious
this thing that you just
allegations.
said, that is probably maybe one of the reasons, because if I say this, they might drag me, but I don't care. That's probably one of the reasons why when Toyin Abraham arrested that boy that sent her death threats, I was like, somebody needs to actually start teaching these people a lesson, because you don't feel like, oh, because someone is a public figure, you can come on Instagram and curse the person's father, curse the person's generation, and then you get away with it because because the people in those what's the word I'm looking for, these public figures, they just feel like, oh, it's not worth it, I shouldn't taint my brand.
But actually, it's not worth it.
People should just pray I don't become as big as I intend to.
I know it's not worth it, but I feel like
I'll be sat
prison.
I know it's not worth it, but I feel like these people need to be held accountable for these things that they do.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's not okay. It's unacceptable.
But at the end of the day, they will still say that we can't tell people what to say or how to feel. So we can't tell social media users how to think or what to comment on.
There's freedom of speech, but is there freedom after speech?
We don't know.
We'll tell you in the next episode.
Exactly. Anyway, with that being said, we have come to the end of this episode.
Hot takes.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's all we can take on this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I mean, it's our first time back. I hope you guys really enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed it.
Yes, because we did.
Yes, we did.
We said some things.
Some things were said. But anyway, if you want to be a part of the show, please feel free to send us a message across our social media DMs at Pulse Nigeria 247. I will get you on the show. And until next time, from all of us in the studio,
Bye.